Good evening and welcome to the final SpyParty Masters Championship 2023 Round Robin Cast. I'll be your host and caster wrestler, and today joining me is Yash. Good evening.
Good evening, and that's the issue with round robin setups. Usually there are a few games that don't necessarily matter much, but there is a little bit of a cash prize to spice things up today between Koopa and Lev.
Indeed, as you can see, the scoreboards, both of them lost to Ada, and Minirak and Adafayesh have gone through to the semifinals. On the other side, Rob and OP. So we're just tying the last of the loose strings here in the round robin stage, and we'll have the semifinals coming this week. So we can talk about a bit about the players, starting with Lev. I want to say, whilst their first match versus Adalfayesh definitely looked better, uh, he was actually very close and just outright winning, but I think only couple mistakes here and there, and that sometimes is all it takes in losing the set. But his inexperience or maybe lack of preparation really showed against the Minirek, who is never really in control in that set forever.
Has been known to be a little bit of mental oriented, so I'm not too surprised that things are quickly going sour after he realized he's not making it out of groups anymore. And I'm actually interested how this match will play because I feel like both of those players are a little bit mental oriented. So I'm actually
I mean, it's,
Koopa first seed in SMC, but not able to make up into the playoffs.
yeah, I think just not in the form that he wasn't during the Winter Cup, where even 9-0 the Dafayesh in it and had beaten Rav in the finals. I don't want to say super convincingly, it was 14-11, but it was definitely a way stronger showing. And unfortunately, whilst his spy definitely can still make some good plays, it was his sniper that really let him down. But even though they both know that they're already out, I know both of these players are, how is best to say it, slightly spiteful, but in a good way. They're not just gonna roll over and give another guy a win just because they can't progress anymore. So I still expect blood in this match.
Fight, as we all know, is the strongest motivator. I do believe that this is still a play all 16 kind of match, which means that there are a few venues picked. What is the draft for this game?
Yes, we have. So they are banning terrace and banning redwoods, and restricting balcony and veranda, and both of them picking into the strikes, rather singling. And we're gonna start with double modern and double courtyard. Two very, I would say, sniper-sided venues in this SMC, followed by veranda balcony into ballroom and aquarium.
I mean, always love me some balcony. Have to start there. Both players starting with a little bit of a sniper warm up with both modern and courtyard.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. They're saying, okay, I don't want to go immediately to like a more of a higher variance venue. Let's just say I'll keep shouting it from the rooftops pub, and I just want to say I want an easy split. I would say relatively easy split, and still potentially having some snap by chances in modern. Courtyard, I think, is gonna be harder run. But I think without further ado, firstly, we'll have to make predictions for this set. Who is going to win the battle for the third place in group? And I think both of them are both spiteful enough to give a really proper match. I just think that Lev is going to win it, so I'm gonna predict it Lev 10-6.
I'm a committed man, and I'm not gonna change my prediction now when the stage is already over. I'm gonna predict sauerkraut for this game.
Okay. Okay, that's just okay. I'll just put Koopa for posterity's sake, so at least one of us will be right, or neither will be right, and there's just gonna be a tie. That would be quite funny. But in any case, the draft done, prediction done. It's time to move on to the game, and we're gonna start as Koopa on the spy side, playing as Duke. Are you ready?
Sure, let's fire away.
In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Funnily enough, I believe the last time I've predicted sauerkraut, you've also changed my prediction over to Koopa. So I guess there's something in there.
I wasn't right in that. Maybe it's just my curse.
Meanwhile, Koopa starting off in the back conversations. There's not much to do over there, but you know what? Koopa has gone on record winning a game of Modern on Spy by framing and not by actually doing missions himself. So I'm pretty certain that he is gonna be on the lookout for some suspicious AI activity.
Oh, we have a highlight already, and I fear, whilst I don't think Lev is a pathing sniper, we just saw something that we just didn't like, and I can't be quite sure. Let's take a look at the replay here.
Lev is a spy sniper. He highlights a spy.
I can't really even see that, if I'm honest. 51% flirt and a highlight before the flirt even come off. That's scary.
It's fine, surely. I mean, the issues will start once we try to get those missions done and dusted, because we will need to complete the fourth one, but at least a green fingerprint of that briefcase will make sure that we still have options on the table.
I'm looking at the Lev's sniper, and we're always keeping an eye out for Duke. We're always rotating to basically check him all the time. That's those highlights, especially early on, if they're correct, they're so damn convicting. It's gonna be hard to find a spy win here. That said, another difficult print.
Yep, that's going to be our fourth. Just gonna find the first, second, and third now. Can't be that bad. In the meantime, QXG's back conversation, which is surely more important than any of the SMC games.
Oh yeah, definitely. You're gonna see this, you're gonna see that one of them is the spy. And we delegate to Smallman here, but I don't imagine if that's gonna come off.
We delegate and we bail immediately, which on one hand is pretty suspicious, especially if Lev is tunneling us. On the other hand, if Smallman takes that lead, or takes that drink without the list being gone, that is a pretty nice little way to drop some attention, potentially.
Yeah, delegate timer has expired.
Of course, Lev will assume that the timer has just expired, but on one hand, it does allow Koopa to create more commotion in the party. It does mean that more people will go to the bar, allowing us to get delegated by them. And also, well, could have just been an AI living at the same time, you know? Ooh.
Flash okay, on to twin from Lev. Are we just gonna fake? Are we gonna delegate or just gonna take the list? I feel like it's just gonna take. We're taking the list. Indeed, who are we framing? No one. I guess. Indeed, that's a shot.
I believe that Flash was actually on Duke, because he's leaving the conversation right after talking.
Yeah, but the Flash on itself, it was positioned onto twin. So I just.
A little bit unfortunate on the first game. That highlight is not something that I enjoy seeing in the first game of the set if I'm playing as the spy in this game, because the sniper has your number, and well, it's kind of hard to play against someone who has you downloaded.
Idle break, maybe? That's the only... I'm interested in this, actually. I'll be Slappy Davis for a second. Yeah, is this an idle break? Not really. I'm not
Is
sure.
this just us standing in a conversation for 2 minutes without talking and just living randomly and getting highlight for the leave or for not talking in 2 minutes?
I could not answer that. But in any case,
See, if you want to be Slappy Davis, you have to go deeper.
okay, I want to be Slappy Davis, but I think I can be. All right. In any case, Lev has secured the first sniper win. Let's see if he can secure the third spy win as playing as Kane in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Interesting. I thought that Koopa is the Kane gamer.
Everyone can do a bit of Kane gaming. Not exclusivity deal.
Well, let's see. The other things the highlight could be for is Lev just recognizing what spies Koopa might be playing more often. But that is a little bit of a far-fetched kind of suggestion.
The first game of it said it would be very impressive, but not like. That said, we are following the same plan as Lev initially. No progress done so far.
Oh boy, while my co-caster is dying right on cast, which is not looking good for the playoff stage, Lev out here is not doing anything at all.
That was just a
Meaning
hiccup. We're
happens
jamming
to the
ourselves
best
in
of
the
us.
flirt. We do get it.
I've seen a lot of people do that. Or I guess maybe I've gaslit myself into thinking that a lot of people do it. Because AIs do that sometimes. But I've seen more and more of that particular maneuver performed by the higher echelon players in the community.
Oh,
Nice little way to pick up a cheeky.
are we going for a
flirt.
swap frame?
We could be. Let's see.
Indeed,
There we go.
It is a swap.
It's a white.
White swap. It is seen. What's the reaction from Koopa? And did we misread the fade? We shot our seduction target, and Lev with a swap frame onto the seduction target finds himself up 2-0.
Fade is pretty funny because it comes off as General is passing by. So it could be seen as General trying to potentially cover the animation.
I mean, even then, we got a good enough look at it. Even with General crossing. Interestingly, but unfortunately for Koopa, he read the fade wrong. And that's just an immediate shot onto General, which is not the correct one.
Happens to the best of us.
Moving swiftly to the third game. Koopa playing as Irish on the spy side of Modern. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Well, let's see. Maybe this miraculous highlight will give you more ideas on why he's doing that. Actually, Koopa stands in the same exact position as he did last time around, I believe.
I think this time we're looking for maybe a potential bug opportunity as Ambassador walks by. And that's what we're hoping. But unfortunately,
Doesn't seem to be too much cover around, which ruins our chances.
True. But
well,
look at that busy bar as well. That could be a nice opportunity to do a purloin. People keep wanting drinks.
I mean, the annoying part is that you have to recognize people who are taking the drinks and maybe even wait until they start talking themselves. In the meantime, Koopa goes for the briefcase. That's going to be our first print and our first mission progress, because we haven't flirted just yet.
Koopa's been going prints for the second time this game. It's not a difficult one, but I think the one who were obligated to pick up regardless. We pick up a white flirt for 34.
It's pretty easy to understand, really. Fingerprints are not a hard tell, which is the main difference from all of the other fourth candidates that we can go for. And well, at this level, a hot tell actually kills you. That is a set of bouncers, oh my god.
No credit from Lev though.
I mean, it wasn't necessarily the most spookiest set of bounces, but it was rather annoying.
Oh,
And Koopa goes for the second fingerprint, right off the bat, left.
fake highlights. Oh, that's a fingerprint fail though, unfortunately. Oh, a red microfilm. Oh no, that's just a shot. Oh dear. That's
Oh,
white.
wrestler, have you figured out the mystery of the miraculous highlight by Lev?
No.
Is this game providing more information to you about the miraculous highlight done by Lev?
Maybe. I'm
What if
just.
I told you that in a game we will get even more information?
Sounds about right, but yeah, white is already visible enough, but looking at this red test, yeah, that's basically almost a neon sign saying please shoot me, and with basically no cover up, Lev obliges and goes up 3-0.
The gentleman. Actually, no. Lev is a different person. In the meantime, here's he spying as Rocker. Will he count us in?
3, 2, 1, playing it. I thought you said will he count us in as would Lev count us in. Oh, we spawn right next to the
I would
bookcase.
love that to happen.
Oh.
Wait
White.
a second.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Koopa learning his lesson and actually shooting for the white tests.
Yeah, that was two quick games. Both dead at bookcases.
Saves himself from getting swept on his own double, which would have been rather embarrassing.
I want to say embarrassing, but definitely unfortunate. But moving swiftly along after the two games where spies decided to read the book and the sniper wasn't having any of it. Koopa is going to be playing as Orange Sorry on the spy side of Courtyard. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I don't think that reading is necessarily the thing that those snipers took issue with, my guy.
51% flirt and immediate bail whilst the level's rotating. That's if you can get away with that Shadow Cheese flirt, it's so nice to have.
Gives you so much time to figure out what mission do you want to do after inspects and banana bread and, well, the second flirt.
Yeah, that's as we joke around, as we go for a 2 flirt and we do hit it. As we kind of joke around, but it is true. I have almost every single spy is going statues, doing flirting contact, and there's at fourth. Since mainly a non-statue finish is so hard to get away with.
So, allegedly, half of the Kotyat games end with a white pearl at 10 seconds. I'm interested to see if this is gonna be one of those.
I know you kind of made it up, but it definitely feels like it.
Look, fake statistics. This is why you call me on the cast, to be an analyst.
Oh, definitely.
And provide all of the fake data that you want.
Banana bread.
Real contacts. Only one low light. Fortunately, it is small, man, but you'll take it. And a lot of reals in this party as well.
Speaking of real data, 100% green rate so far in this game. Those inspects are looking pretty nice so far.
As we decide to go into statues, 4 set inspects.
What can I say? I am a psychic. That's going to be a green, and the second one, just 80%.
Oh, that's a swap. That's a white swap. And that's just a shot. I think that play could actually definitely work if the ambassador was in more danger. Fortunately, Lev just definitely finds the shot is up for 1, but I kind of agree with that play, especially a minute around this time. But unfortunately for Koopa, ambassador was just never any danger at that point. If ambassador was in danger, it would have distracted from the fact we're doing this swap whilst we're here.
I don't think I agree with that play, however. It's a pretty nice little idea, and I do enjoy the concept of having all of the missions done before 1 minute left on code yet. Don't get me wrong, but if you're gonna do that, surely you will at least try to make sure that someone has gone to that statue before you, right? To
Yeah,
give a little bit more doubt.
I agree with the play, but not the timing, because if you look at the party, Toby's offering to SDA, whilst we couldn't know that, and it's right beside us, so we can check two sides at the same time. Ambassador's in perfect safety. From this position where Lev is at, we can watch all of three important mission sites that are happening. And there's no.
To be fair, I don't think Koopa can see the investor from that position. I might be incorrect here, but
I mean, he can see the. At this from this position, maybe not, but he can definitely see the where Ambassador is at the conversation through the triangle wall. Of course, you may not know if the Ambassador's super crowded or not, but just a bit of unfortunate timing for Koopa, and LevT takes full advantage. Moving on to the second game of Courtyards. Lev is going to be spying as Alice in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I like how this is a set for essentially a little bit of a cash prize and nothing else, not even a chance to make it out of groups, and we are still digging into every game. Or at least attempting to.
It's not only for the some bash, it's all about bragging rights. And those are priceless.
I'm sure people in this community care about bragging rights. That's exactly why everyone that I've seen win competitions says that they will lose their next game. By the way, 34% on the flirt. I would have not been against a very early timeout here from Lev, but if he doesn't meet time and if he thinks that Koopa will shoot for it, then why bother? Might as well just try and play safe and sound and allow Koopa to get confused on a fade yet again.
I mean, yeah, have you seen the Koopa's sniper laser? He is dead zooming into the tray as well. So we have a green banana bread, couple of low lights, one statue goer, but that's about it. And both conversations having SDAs. Again, lots of reels. And we do have a green for 85% just before this deduction leaves.
2 statue goers that now have reels, which is a pretty dangerous position for Koopa to snipe, because at any moment either one of them can be going for a fourth, and the fact that one of them is Smallman is definitely not helping any matters. On the other hand, who would press a Smallman button while being ahead 4-1 on the second venue of the set?
Oh, that's why you would do it. Because you would be saying, who would do that whilst doing that? In the meantime, finally finishing flirt. A minute 15 left.
By that point, Koopa was dead.
Almost dead.
Well,
yes.
I'm pretty certain that we were shot about 115.
I'll take your word for it.
Gee, fake data. This is why they call me to cast. Right, so Lev is gonna pick up some fingerprints alongside the inspect. That's pretty nice. I feel like that has been around for a bit. Unfortunately, the fact that Sari is inspecting nearby does not allow us to get the second inspect without a second cycle. And we're actually gonna go for the third one as well. This is a hardcore, theoretically, because no AI would 3-cycle unless you are a very weird AI in a very special case, which it's probably better to just shoot for anyway.
15 seconds left, though. We have a fingerprint, but Bastard's not gonna leave any. We're gonna have to go for a swap play.
Wait, that's not a white purloin. That is a watch check, however, not a time end.
I think this is. I think we're waiting for
3, 2, 1. We're trying to bug, and we are going for it, but we will not connect. Those little bounces in the end, not allowing us to find the ambassador with our hands. That's so obviously not near him.
Yeah, even I think even without it, our hand is so. Even if we make it, our hand is so visible whilst we swing around at this exact moment here. it's so obviously a bug at this very second, and if we trigger overtime, Lev is almost guaranteed a shot. So bit of pacing yet again. I think we wanted to frame white dress here there, but just didn't have the time. That's ultimately what led to our.
You are correct, there was a lot of pacing. That spy was moving around the venue so much. As a way, here we will see Koopa pacing as sick.
In three,
Let's see it, shall we?
2, 1, playing it.
So 4-2. Now down only one game pair, which is not too shabby and is very comebackable from. Pretty interesting entry into the conversation, and 42% on the first flirt. Trying, I assume, to not get flirt paired with general right out of the gate, which could potentially spell disaster.
It's so hard to get flirt paired across the conversation circle, and if you hit those greens, it's still going to be a 3 flirt, more or less. And basically having a flirt that is discreetly done is always great.
Teambester decides that he doesn't quite want our company and just bails. Well, we are gonna chase aggressively for a flirt, might as well. It will be a 3 flirt anyway, and it might actually be a 4 flirt in our mind because the seduction target just bailed instead.
We didn't talk immediately, unfortunately, in hindsight, so we couldn't capitalize on the be able to do a second flirt. And
we are gonna accomplish the ancient spy technique of sip gulp.
Ancient technique.
What? Back
once...
in my day, one patch ago, it was all the rage.
Oh, that entry was a bit poor from Koopa.
I mean, we did not hit the pad.
Yep.
That is a pretty good sell on that as far as things go. However, Lev is definitely not giving us any mind for it.
Or at least it does see for it. We immediately leave yet again. I will go for the bug, and unfortunately that's just seen on screen. An immediate shot from Lev. Going up 5-2. That was an overly ambitious bug that's had almost no chance of taking, and 2 was super seen from the sniper, super visible from the sniper. So I think that was just, I'll just send it, see what happens. But those double walking, crossing paths bugs with tapped as the ambassador are so hard to land, and our arm wasn't covered at the latter part, so that's just an immediate shot.
I actually don't hate it as much. I feel like if you can keep going sideways for another split second, it's a pretty good bug. Unfortunately for us, we do get moved in such a way that we...
Oh wait, it actually took, but...
covering that bug that did in fact take. So if it's not shot for, that's our 4th.
Interesting, bugged out. It was quite a long distance away when the take actually landed. I just thought we were out of range, especially since the walking bug distance is shorter than the standing one, and like that looks like a standing distance. But unfortunately, left side all the same, and is up 5-2. And in the final game of the first half is going to be playing as rocker, starting 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Dun, 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 dun. So, requesting a drink and an instant pearl, and hello, checker, we've been missing you. That's going to be the least gun. And Koopa has it figured out immediately. Good.
We're bringing out even a checker pearl, and that's just... but yeah, the first purloin, and it's an immediate take. We're thinking for a second who else could have done it, and that's just an immediate shot. And with the rather quick first half, we're up to 5-3, moving out of doubles, and as expected, both players on the spies are quite reckless and trying a lot of plays. Sometimes advisable, sometimes not as much. But I'm all here for it.
let's be honest. Not much here is one. I don't think either of those players necessarily care about bragging rights. And, well, it is a pretty nice way to test your stuff, and just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks is a pretty good strategy against both of those players. They have lost to Mini and Ada, who have been pretty good at pulling those off. So it's not even the worst strategy to take against those snipers. Either way, shall we move on to the second half of this game?
Yeah, we can chill. I'm very, but for just say, yeah, I don't blame either of those for doing basically setting things to all, seeing what sticks. But unfortunately, most of the time it hasn't stuck, and I want to see some of it stick. But let's see if that will work on Veranda of all places. We're gonna start as Koopa playing Irish in 3, 2, 1, playing it. I've noticed a lot more Veranda recently. In previous tournaments, Veranda was almost barely touched, and I would say it's currently top 3, 4 venues. Also get a 34% flirt.
I mean, it all depends on how you want to view it. I believe the main, general assumption you can take is the higher you go in skill brackets, the more, the bigger venues are picked. The campier venues are picked. For example, in APPF, which has been a recent tournament that was run for amateur players, Veranda hasn't been picked once. And I'm not too surprised that those players at the top echelons of play would pick Veranda, because you usually believe that you can hold the sniper here, and the main strategy at the top level usually is to just hold off on sniper and win one game on spy.
Koopa will start, if he wants to win this, he'll start needing those spy wins. Was we have an 80% flirt and no other progress. Veranda, obviously, a 5 out of 8 setup. Not very favored towards a slower spy. And we're going to this fingerprintable book.
It's a 5 out of 8 setup. It's not very favored towards a spy. There's a reason why people pick it over here.
True. As we do quickly put the book back, we got a transfer, one part of a transfer done, and a fingerprint on that book.
Well, as everyone knows, it's a second it's a second action test microfilm that kills you, so not necessarily the biggest issue. And I mean, second fingerprint kind of as well. It's a little bit less pronounced, however. So for now, we will finish our seduce. That's going to be our first mission done, which is good because it's usually the one that takes the longest time. On the other hand, it's bad because you now have less time to do more things. But, 2 minutes is still quite a while. We do hide the microfilm and we put the book back, finishing our second mission.
Indeed, the sniper was rotated all the way to the left side, guarding the ambassador. Toby was also on that side with a lot of party goers, so that was just a free task. As we miss the pad again, and we'll go for this bug here. We're waving at the sniper, and Lev is all too familiar for shooting it. Takes the shots on the spy, up 6-3.
Well, happens, but it's a 5 out of 8. You have to try something to win games, and Veranda is big enough to chase something, so Koopa.
I didn't mind that game at all. That was a 5
Trying
game.
to go for a bug. I kind of like that bug attempt as well, but I feel like you would be ripping into it yourself. Either way, we do have a few more Veranda games, namely one extra game for you today, and Duke is going to be our spy.
In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I feel like it's Duke and Rocker every single game.
Duke, Kane, Irish, Rocker, Orange, Sally, Seek, Rocker, Irish, Duke. Yeah, we've had some repeats of that, yep.
Why the hell do you have them memorized?
I don't have them memorized, I have them written out.
Koopa highlighting the fact that all of the double agents are in the same place over here on the right. Pretty fun little flourish from the sniper.
Oh, oh, what?
Let's go! So, wrestler. Since you like to be an obedient little Slappy Davis, providing us with all of the insights, what was that highlight for?
I think it was just a really good millisecond count of we just no talk for a 0.005 of a second too long. I think that was the case. It's definitely not Duke being the spy.
Definitely not. Could not have been that. We are gonna take some drink and the waiter is gonna give up at the same time. That is supposed to be hard, alright?
I think we moved away from it, and then the waiter gave up.
That's pretty funny. First inspect is going to be a green, but we've inspected the wrong statue because the ambassador picks up the other one, means that we only have one inspect. It won't matter much, I believe. So that's fine. But, well, we shall see.
Yeah, 2 minutes 30 left, and while it's definitely, I wouldn't have many concessions just yet about pacing. We're gonna have to again try to throw a lot of stuff at the wall and just hope that Koopa misses it. I think we're trying to go for this bug here.
I think we're trying to go for this flirt. Aggressively passing over to our seduction target. I believe we might get even flirt paired even harder if we end up in a conversation with Steel yet again after both of them were highlighted a bunch. But
oh, we do go for bug. And then again, that's just a shot from Koopa.
I mean, another cute bug attempt. I don't actually hate that one. That works against me, if it takes.
Yeah, I've just like take a look at the. Yeah, that's actually, if we weren't such a top suspect, that could potentially work. But it's not the bug that you're really expecting. If you're doing some of these pass-by bugs or drive-by bugs, rather, you expect it somewhere in the conversation circles around here. If that's that, you wouldn't expect it at Windows. Definitely not in displays, but unfortunately, Koopa, eyeing us out like a hawk, takes the shots and draws it yet again to 6-4.
I mean, the other important thing is that right half of the venue is basically empty at this point, and you actually see Koopa rotate to the left to check the statues, to check the bookshelf as bug is taken, but oh well. We are moving to our favorite venue.
Oh yeah. Balcony.
As voted by the majority of the casters involved with SMC.
Oh, this is a good venue. I legit don't mind it. Koopa playing on the spy side as Irish in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I love that over the course of this round robin, I have managed to convince you that balcony is not that bad, actually.
Hey, I picked it in the overtime set, alright? That's the ultimate test as we go on to the 34% flirt.
It's not too bad. Overtime is weird because, like, overtime kind of at that point you are just maybe a little bit tired of it all and want it to end. Maybe you are just basically trying to bank on the fact that your opponent is tired as well and trying to like throw stuff at the wall. While picking it in the main set, it's not a double, so it's less of a flex, in my personal opinion, but it's still kind of a flex.
And indeed, if you want to go back in the set, the balcony is one of the best places you can be in. 85% of the flirt for Koopa.
Of course. Apologies for cutting you off. Of course, I am saying that balcony is a flex, but also I am a pretty staunch believer that if you're below in skill level and if you feel like you are maybe weaker than your opponent, balcony is a good pick. Because you're likely not gonna be winning more than 50% of the games, and balcony is a pretty good source of those. We are gonna get a green banana bread, so that means that we are one talk away. However, 30 seconds on the clock means that beeps are gonna start, and there might be some overtime potentially, especially as the seduction target leaves. That's not good.
I mean, it's a briefcase as well. It's tragic. We need seduction target to come in desperately into this conversation, but
our third mission is going to be a bug, so that will be either a last second talk that takes, and it won't be here. We are gonna leave, we are gonna try and flirt, and it is a green, but slightly not enough time.
oh, that's tragic. I unfortunately imagine even if that takes, we would be shot. But yeah, just at not 18 seconds at the worst possible time, seduction target just decides to go briefcase and waste a bunch of time for us. And when they finally come back, we just don't have enough time to do anything.
And bug as a third mission means that we can't even do that because the investor is not in a very good spot for us to try and bug. Oh well. Koopa getting burned. Meanwhile, Lev picking up the Purloin balcony, which is a pretty important thing to highlight. And well,
3,
one thing left to do.
2, 1, playing it. Lev, I've seen one of the players that consist. Oh dear me, what's that?
That is a legal path and a legal conversation position. I do not want to hear anything from you about that. This is legal. Martini is lowlighting for that, and half the party as well, but we skip that part.
Banana bread.
And we get a green banana bread as our first action test. That's pretty nice. We haven't talked just yet, which some people might track us not talking and highlight us for that, but I don't think anyone would do that necessarily in a competitive set, because the stakes are just too high to try and do that. However, min 13, 0% on the flirt, meaning that we are not necessarily aiming at that. We're probably trying to get the Purloin chain, get it nice and big, and then just get the green in here. That would be disgusting.
And whilst we were surrounded by basically the entire cast, if you talk there, there's no possibility of you being credited with flirt paired with every single one of the party goers. It's typically...
Oh, there is. It's called a highlight. You should try it.
Highlight, what's that?
See, that's when you do a light and you're high.
Fair enough. Speaking of, I guess, lights, we are neutral, but unfortunately we don't have any progress towards flirt. This is gonna have to be a Purloin if we want to complete missions even. But there's no one else to go get a Purloin to. Unless our seduction target gets it. Offers.
10 seconds means we are in overtime territory. We can still request, but request will pull the Toby next to the center of the venue, and that little shift will be visible, so Lev will just prefer to run out of time instead.
Yeah, and that's just a bit, that's kind of a weakness of Purloin Balcony, if you don't manage to get the flirt done. And basically every single party goer just has a drink in hand. You don't have a third mission, so you don't have it, or you're even like a crash bug potential. So just a kind of a catch-22 situation where you can't really do it. Yeah, and Lev had it. Yeah, and correctly pointed out, Lev had a drink as well. He couldn't even get sent up that time.
You know, you gulp your Purloin. Can't be that hard. No way Koopa shoots for a gulp.
If you say so, I'll believe it. In the meantime, we have one of the final two venues. We'll have Ballroom and then Aquarium. So we're starting on the Ballroom. Koopa on the Spy side, playing as Alice. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Koopa has never shot anyone for a gulp in the history of Hidden in the Plain side competitive. Right, so moving around, trying to find a conversation with our seduction target, I assume, but there's only a double agent in here. That's a little bit unfortunate, and they will bail as well. But we will take our last sip and enjoy the show.
Seduction target is gonna come close to us. Indeed, it's a white Purloin though.
Yo, we gaming. Hello, checker.
Okay, now, but it's not now. It should.
We ball, we bug. The hand is visible on screen. We green. The banana bread is fired off. That's only one mission remaining, as that's going to be a flirt.
Oh yeah, there's. I didn't see the bug, but yeah, that's a cross conversation bug. In the meantime,
We're playing balcony, baby! Yeehaw! Alright, so Koopa has 2 minutes 30 to get 2 talks over with, and he will join the conversation right next to our seduction target. About at the place where we bailed from, so that's a little bit unfortunate if Lev knows that we're playing balcony, but I'm pretty certain that that bug was not shot for, so 85. And now we just keep on waiting.
I imagine these two highlights are the two suspects that are watching. But if we don't have this bug and we think, okay, maybe Alice is time flirting here, but if I don't have this bug, it's just a Purloin tried with 2 people, I might as well wait. And this would not work with her Lev, since we just need the the flirt. That would be done.
You know what I would have loved? If Sick rejected there, we could have returned the list. Which would have been a hilarious flex. It would not probably be a good play, but you know, you are 1 game away from losing the draw. And instead you're just gonna talk for the win, get an innocent drink, 4 seconds on the clock, and Lev is none the wiser.
I think we had down to 2 suspects, but this middle rush in the game, when we just basically did everything in the kitchen sink, just confused Lev. So we do have white Purloin, which typically wouldn't work, but this time get away with it. Yeah, the bug was pretty damn good. You can see the tail end of the animation here, but we're mostly covered by the pillar. So it's definitely a fine bug. An immediate contact to go along with it to prolong the confusion about the Purloin. And even though we are basically narrowed down to 2, just because of that missed bug, we got away with that spy win.
And that keeps Koopa still in it, still with a chance to win the game. I believe in the case of a tie, Lev's scorelines are better, so he will win if they tie.
Yes.
So Koopa now has to just keep on sweeping, keep on balling, and with spy games like that, he does have a few pretty good chances to take.
It's not only the spy that wins games, it's also the sniper. And let's see if Koopa can continue his winning ways while LevT is hoping to secure a tie for the spy side of Ballroom playing a steal. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Alright, Jennifer, let's see what you have. A cute little bounce to a window. I assume we try to end up in the same conversation as our seduction target, but they will choose to go a little bit further, so we will choose to do the same.
You mean Jennifer?
I mean Rachel.
Oh, fair enough.
Also known as Steel, also known as Mom, also known as the ones that I keep calling by different names for no reason at all, because it's not even good for comprehension. Either way, we do have no progress so far. This is the point where you start talking about pacing and how horrible we have at this game.
I mean, we don't have it horrible this game. It's all a minute past. You definitely wanted simpler progress. That would be the only thing I would be wanting. Other than that, it's not yet a horrible. Though the party currently is very quiet. Oh, Rocker has done a double walking bug there with the ambassador.
Look at our seduction target, however, just dancing around the conversation, in which we are teetering on the edge. But no, we can't flirt with them. They are a little bit too far away. And we will choose to go to a bookcase. What will we do?
So far, all of the book shenanigans have been punished by snipers. I wonder if that's just to waste some time, though.
You seem correct. We put the book back, and this is the point where you start whining about pacing.
Oh, is it time now?
I mean, you can wait 10 more seconds.
No, wait. Oh, no, the pacing is bad. But in all seriousness, we would need to do some missions if we want to finish. Maybe want to frame Rocker since we are very heavily following her.
I mean, do we know how suspicious Rocker is in the eyes of the snipers? That's really the question with those framing plays, because while we see the highlights from the sniper's view, the spy can't even highlight. So the spy needs to keep all of that information in their head, and...
Oh, Rocker just fled, but she's getting low lit. She was in a conversation with BB happened and she split, but Koopa just low lits her thinking that she wasn't in the conversation, and we do go for a purloin. It is yet again a white purloin. And
I
not
mean, we have to go for something.
Yes.
We are hardcore trying to frame, and well, you can't frame without the fourth. So we will provide the fourth, and the sniper will oblige. Lev wins third place, but that does not mean that the games are over.
That was Koopa. We are tied 7-7.
So true. See, this is why I'm a caster, because I can provide you with fake data, and you can disprove it. Makes for hilarious entertainment as we are playing Aquarium for all the marbles.
I mean, for all the marbles, by that I mean for the third place in the group and a bit of cash prize to go along with it.
All the marbles. We have one marble, but it's still all of them.
Alright, one marble for the prize pool, one marble for the bragging rights. And Koopa is playing Rocker on the spy side of Aquarium. The final venue tied 7-7. Koopa needs a win for the third place. Lev only needs to secure a tie in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Probably the most important game, and that has been a little bit of a lowlight. Unfortunately for us, it doesn't stick, but you know, I'm sure Koopa doesn't mind either way.
And Aquarium is where a lot of shark shenanigans are I would say shark shenanigans, just shenanigans in general can be possible utilizing the shark, since the sniper is not allowed to shoot through the shark, or opposing animal cruelty in this game. I thought we were gonna go for a bug behind shark, but it's not the case. Let's just get a couple of inspect after going to bar to flirt.
That's not to say that there are no sniper tricks on this venue either, because I believe this is the primary pathing sniping venue in the game, and there are a lot of hidden depth that you can get and will get shot for. Meanwhile, we're gonna go statue to statue and flirt as well. 68% on the flirt, almost nice, but not quite. The white inspect will finish that mission off, and that is going to be our first mission done.
Oh, seduction target just comes to say hi one more time before leaving. But come back to your point about being a pathing venue. Indeed, we go for a bug, and it's a great bug behind shark. Oh, that great opportunity for Koopa, and he does take it. So we have bug and inspect done with 2 minutes left to go. Contact and flirt is on the cards.
Fun thing here is, do we shoot Koopa for this? Do we shoot Koopa for this banana bread? Because surely we're not shooting for a talk, right? And it is Aquarium. I have seen a lot of snipers assume missions done, particularly with that bug, because Kale can sometimes be a nasty, nasty person, hiding all matter of shenanigans. And you have to shoot early. However, usually shenanigans happen at the statue sets, and Koopa is done with those. So he doesn't quite need to visit statues again, which means that there's not really a reason to shoot him for those. And now Lev is just waiting for the fourth. But
I think we just want to wait as much time as we can to get, and we're gonna be respectful with this flirt. If we don't hit this green, it's gonna be a 4 flirts, which could be a problem later down the road. And it is a 4 flirt, 93% of the
why did you say that? No. No, please. God damn it. Well, there's a 45-second cooldown, so it will go down and become ready for us at about maybe 30 seconds to go, if nothing changes, but...
Something changes.
Caster's Blast. Our seduction target goes away, making the cooldown expire faster, which means that we can flirt now. We just need the seduction target next to us.
I think we're waiting for Teal to move away from that pad there and go next to Salmon.
Surely by that point, Salmon already leaves, right?
Oh no, we're trying to cross bird here.
I think you can do that.
Indeed, we
Yes,
can.
24 seconds on the clock, the beeps are starting, but you can see Lev does not believe in the bug and still waits for us to do that fourth mission that never came through.
Yeah, and Lev continues on his path of victory, winning last 4 games in a row. And securing at least a tie, though Koopa needs a win to secure a first place. I want to take a look at that bug again from the spy side. It was a great opportunistic moment from Koopa here.
Remember how one caster provides fake data and the other one debunks him on that? Lev just lost 4 in a row and Koopa is in prime position to get third.
True.
By the way,
yeah, that's just
a nasty bug.
Oh, that's a nasty bug. And look at the shark cover for it. Just like completely perfect. Arm is hidden. It's so hard to credit though, since Ambassador walked through you, and it's not the angle that's the spies are usually going for. If they're going for the shark bug angle, they're gonna be on either the far left or far right conversation, and Ambassador coming from bar, or either from bar or from the aquarium glass side, moving straight up. These cross walking bugs are super rare, and thus you're not particularly well on guarding it or crediting it. But
I feel like this is pretty creditable by aquarium standards, but I do not fault Lev for forgetting about this one because it is a pretty hard one to do so, and especially considering that you don't even highlight for it because the highlight came for the statues, so you remember the statues and you don't necessarily remember the bug attempt. Either way, 1 game to go, and Lev is still trying to get his 3rd place.
Indeed, both of them are going. This is the last game. Whoever wins is gonna take 3rd place. Lev on the spy side playing a Seek in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Now it's for all the marble. Right,
all the marble? Singular? I don't know. Either way, we are gonna move all the way around the venue, right next to our seduction target, 34% on the flirt, and this is where you congratulate Lev on his pacing.
Wow, so good pacing. There you go. That's all I can do. We are electing not to do any transfer shenanigans. Shark wasn't, but we elected not.
A few people moving around. There is an ambassador picking up some, or rather putting down some fingerprints on the statue, which is pretty useful for the later stages of the game because it's not just a statue with a fingerprint on it. It's also in a place where you can swap it without too many issues, especially if the shark and or inspect cycles are generous.
Oh, we go for a bug! Nice. Oh, that was a nasty bug. Oh my.
That position is nasty, my guys. That's a highlight right for the position here.
Let's take a look at this bug again. Oh, wow, okay. That is quite good. But positioning, yeah, definitely creditable.
Wait, the ambassador joins after us. Oh, lordy. Okay, that's a lot better for Lev than I thought initially, because initially I assumed that we are bumping into the ambassador, which is a pretty reasonable assumption to for the spy to have bugged in that position. But if the ambassador joins on us instead, it is a lot more head-turning.
Either way, bug in pocket, rather in the ambassador's pocket.
Out of the pocket.
Yep. 34% flirt, and we do get another white for 68%. Seduction target yet again immediately leaves for that. Oh, we get a stealth highlight.
Oh, boy.
Oh, and getting flashed down. Oh, this is tragic for Lev.
I think Koopa has seen the bug. I'm not sure why, I'm not sure what happened, but I believe Koopa might have figured out that the bug happened.
I think also a small man flirt paired as well. We flirted with him at the bookcase. Oh, and a 99% flirt. Oh dear, oh my.
I mean, the main issue is not even the fact that it's a 99% flirt, which has killed many games on its own, but also we don't have anything else. We have a bug, we have a flirt, but that means we need 2 more missions, and one of them will be Banana Bread. And judging by the fact that Koopa has us as the highest priority on the venue, we are probably getting shot for that Banana Bread.
Yeah, safety off on us one more
Banana
time.
bread.
Banana bread does come off. We start talking, and immediately we get shot. Koopa's not having any of it and completes the golden road to a 9-7 win and taking 3rd place in his group.
Wait, did you really just say a golden road for the 3rd place? Isn't that supposed to be like a bronze road at best?
A bronze road, fair enough.
It's an achievement either way, so congratulations to Koopa for scratching that set away from Lev. And, well, getting a little bit of a cash prize, I believe.
Well, it was an entertaining set, to say the least. I like how both players just I was gonna say fully send, and did things, and weren't afraid to get, I want to say dirty, and weren't afraid to scrap. But fortunately for Leb, it was not in his favor, and Koopa secures the win. And with that said, it is just a 3rd place match. Unfortunately for them, they're not making out to the semifinals. And we have the brackets for the semifinals here. It's gonna be Minioric versus OP, and it's gonna be Adafayesh versus Rav. We'll have those on this Saturday and Sunday, so you can already tell that OP Rice and Mini will be at 6 p.m. Eastern this Saturday, so watch out for that. And Adafayesh and Rav will be on Sunday, but the time yet to be decided. But both of them will be cast this weekend.
So, yeah, join Wrestler next time over here. In the meantime, go check out the game. It's called SpyParty, and you can buy it on SpyParty.com or Steam. And don't forget to join the Discord, because if you want to take part in those tournaments and experience the competitive side of these little party games that we call SpyParty, might want to join us and visit discord.gg/spyparty. I've heard there are a few interesting tournaments happening in the near future, so don't forget to sign up for those. I've been Yash, this has been Wrestler, and, well, one less game left for a Wrestler to host. Have fun out there, guys. You deserve it.
Very well.